It's a beginning of a global governance. It was easier, as I said, because of the crisis. And if something has been understood by the layman during this crisis, is that globalization is no more only a topic for lectures and conferences. That's a reality. We need this. And I think everybody had clearly understood that now it's impossible to find a domestic solution to global problem. We're entering now the second phase of this attempt to build some global governance.
Maybe in layman's terms, this is one part of the government lending another part of the government money, which would not lead to long-term confidence once the American people understood the basics a little bit better.
Well, it should be added that we also have a funding cost, and as interest rates go up, we'll have a liability cost as well as an asset cost, so it may or may not be a return to the Treasury.
I just might say that it's possible for a country to have a currency without a trillion-dollar debt.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
So, again, this is, at the level of global governance, something which I trust is of utmost importance. And I would say that we owe this transformation, which again has been prepared. It was overdue that these economies that were obviously systemic at the global level would have a full ownership of this global governance. We have now shipped the baton. The baton is in the hands of a grouping of countries.
It is effectively a bankruptcy of this market fundamentalist belief, and we just have to recognize that something went very wrong, and we need to reformulate our view of how financial markets work. And unless we arrest it, you have a snowball effect. And as you know, the further it goes, the bigger it gets.
This is not only about the Fed. This is about the Bank of England. This is about the Banque Centrale Européenne, European Central Bank, where you got the assets that have gone up, not through sound instruments, but through the files that banks cannot recover anymore.
You mean after Building 7 exploded on 9/11,
really,
they can't get the records anymore? How convenient.
It's the whole world system that has to be revalued, and now the system has to be reconstructed on sound basis. I agree with you on accountability, I agree with you on transparency, but this cannot be done only leaving the Wall Street and the Senate and Capitol Hill alone. We need to solve it together. The world, Europe has a role to play, the emergents have a role to play.
Federal Reserve Bank, Bank of England, European Central Bank, they all report to Bank of International Settlements in Switzerland. And that's another black box, and that's another highly corrupt institution. And again, they're thriving in the darkness of non-accountability and non-transparency.
In this new world, such dangerous currents have swept along faster than our efforts to contain them. And that is why we cannot afford to be divided. No one nation, no matter how large or powerful, can defeat such challenges alone. None of us can deny these threats or escape responsibility in meeting them. In this new century, Americans and Europeans alike will be required to do more, not less. Partnership and cooperation among nations is not a choice. It is the only way, the one way